Simon Peter said unto him, Lord, whither thou goest? Jesus answered him, Whither I go thou canst not follow me now, but thou shalt follow me afterwards. Peter said unto him, Lord, why can I not follow thee now? I will lay down my life for thy sake. Jesus answered him, Wilt thou lay down thy life for my sake? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, the cock shall not crow till thou hast denied me thrice.
So we have the betrayal revealed, the denial revealed, and now we have the Last Supper. In Matthew it says, And they were eating, and Jesus took bread and blessed it, and brake it, and he gave it to his disciples, and said, Take, eat, this is my body. And he took the cup and gave thanks, and he gave it to them, saying, Drink ye all of it. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say to you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine, until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And when they had sung a hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives. And Vic, as they're going, I imagine they stopped in a vineyard, and Jesus taught one of the most poignant lessons of his 3.5-year ministry here.
I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He lifts up every branch in me that bears no fruit. Every branch that bears fruit, he prunes to make it bear more fruit. You have already been cleansed by the word that I have spoken to you. Abide in me as I abide in you. Just as the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear much fruit, because apart from me you can do nothing. Whoever does not abide in me is thrown away like a branch and withers. Such branches are gathered, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, ask for whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. My Father is glorified by this, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. I have said these things to you so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you.
And Vic, in this particular reading at the beginning, it talks about lifting up every branch in Mary that bears no fruit. Now, when you look in the King James Version, it said he takes away or removes. However, when you understand what the word means, it really does mean to lift up. And I think there is a wonderful, wonderful lesson here, the idea of raising up or elevating the branches. There's a book called The Secrets of the Vine. And in this book, it's a very small book written by Bruce Wilkinson. They interview a vine dresser, and he's talking about the practice of lifting up the branches that end up growing the wrong way. Vic, just read a few lines from that book.
New branches have a natural tendency to trail down and grow along the ground, but they don't bear fruit down there. When branches grow along the ground, the leaves get coated in dust. When it rains, they get muddied and mildewed. The branch becomes sick and useless. These branches are much too valuable to cut off. We go through the vineyard with a bucket of water looking for these branches. We raise them up and wash them off. Then we wrap them around the trellis or tie them up. Pretty soon, they're thriving.
What a wonderful example of the care and tender love of God to the followers of Jesus, about lifting them up when we get into the wrong situation and gently washing them off. Jesus continued with his encouragement and instruction to his disciples this night.
A little while and you will no longer see me, and again a little while and you will see me. Then some of his disciples said to one another, What does he mean by saying this? Jesus knew that they wanted to ask him, so he said to them, Are you discussing among yourselves what I meant when I said, A little while and you will no longer see me, and again a little while and you will see me? Verily, truly, I tell you, you will weep and mourn, but the world will rejoice. You will have pain, but your pain will turn into joy. When a woman is in labor, she has pain because her hour has come. But when her child is born, She no longer remembers the anguish because of the joy of having brought a human being into the world. So you have pain now, but I will see you again, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you.
Now, folks, keep in mind that Jesus is the one who's going to be crucified, and in this time before his crucifixion, he takes his time to encourage his followers. He continues at the end of John 16.
I came from the Father and have come into the world again. I am leaving the world and am going to the Father. His disciples said, Yes, now you are speaking plainly, but not in a figure of speech. Now we know that you know all things. By this we believe that you came from God. Jesus answered them, Do you now believe? The hour is coming, indeed it has come, when you will be scattered, each one to his own home, and you will leave me alone. Yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. I have said this to you, so that in me you may have peace. In the world you face persecution, but take courage. I have conquered the world.
Take courage. I have conquered the world. These many things that Jesus revealed to his disciples were heavy to bear. No wonder he told them the parable of the vine and the branches. It gave them the secret to overcoming, and more importantly, no wonder he talked to them about taking courage, because he was telling them that he had overcome the world, and he was giving them the ability to understand how they too could overcome the world.
This is Rick and Vicki for Christian Questions on WXLM 104.7. We'll be back in just a moment.